Footwork for MMA. Okay, today's video is about footwork. The problem with footwork in MMA, a lot of people do traditional striking backgrounds, and therefore they end up too square, too side on, and not linking their striking to takedowns. So we're going to go over some principles today. So, importance of footwork offensively. If you're able to use your footwork properly, you can set up takedowns better, control the distance. It allows you to close the gap much quicker. It also allows you to create opportunities for strikes and clinches. Now, defensively, it helps you avoid attacks, but also helps you maintain a safe distance, which can prevent takedowns. It also means your stance is low enough where you can defend that takedown quite comfortably. You can minimize the impact of strikes and avoid being taken down. Also, with good footwork, if it's efficient, it can reduce your energy expenditure. It allows fighters to conserve their energy, stamina, and have a large amount of movement throughout the fight while staying efficient. So some key principles: balance. So something you find a lot of people make mistakes with when they're moving around shadow boxing is losing their balance when they're throwing strikes, when they're kicking, when they're moving around. Okay, so it's important when you're actually moving around shadow boxing, hitting pads, that you check where your feet are. Make sure they're underneath you. Make sure you're not falling off balance, that your gravity and your low center of balance. The core strength is important for maintaining balance in MMA. The core is your stabilizing force. If you're easily swayed or knocked off balance, that can be an issue. So by engaging your core, you can actually generate more power from your hips and legs, and we can go into exercise with that in more videos. So some actual footwork patterns you actually dive into is number one, circling. A lot of people don't do this when they're in pads and shadow boxing. So really make sure you can circle, but circle in your stance so you're able to hit and stay balanced the whole time. When you're circling, you shouldn't just not be able to throw a strike. You should be able to throw a strike the whole time. Now, this allows you to control the distance, move off, but also draw opponents into you. Backpedaling. Don't be afraid to move back, but while being able to hit and also look for opportunities to take your opponent down. Your feet should be underneath you the whole time. Stuffing takedowns as well. So, or rather shuffling, should I say. So, shuffling, lateral movements. So, you're able to kick, move off from strikes, take your opponent down. Moving side to side is key, but it needs to be fast. Stepping forward as well, key. So, being able to close the distance quite quick. Now, the problem with this is most people move in with a subconscious mindset and not really much effort. It needs to be fast, intentional, and when you're inside and in the pocket, you're doing something. You're not just standing there and getting hit, which a lot of people make mistakes of. Now, head movement is key to this as well. So bobbing and weaving. Okay, so slipping and rolling under punches are key, and you should be able to do this while you're moving forward, backwards, side, left, circle. People don't practice it long. When's the last time you tried moving forward with bobbing and weaving, or backwards, or side to side, shuffling? Now, slipping punches as well. You gotta be able to move forward while slipping punches, backwards while slipping punches. You've got to be able to do this while keeping your head low, because most people do end up raising their chin when they're moving. Something you've got to be aware of. Now, diving into lateral movement again, this is key. One of the areas you need to dive into. You've got to be able to move side to side and shuffle to avoid strikes, maintain balance, but it involves small, rapid sideways steps, keeping your balance underneath you, but not squaring yourself against your opponent. What I mean is bringing both shoulders forward and being a bigger target. The pivoting as well is key. So pivoting off your front foot, going at a 90-degree angle. Pivot steps are key to avoiding strikes from fighters. You've just got to be aware of the takedown attempt, because your single leg will be there, or your leg for the single leg will be there, should I say. Now, feints and fakes are key for this as well. So strikes are an important part of MMA. Footwork, they create opportunities to move in range, out of range, draw an opponent's reaction to change the angle. Okay, so these are key as well, but also you can use the fake of your footwork as well. So you can fake moving forward to land a strike, or move away and draw a reaction from your opponent. Now, takedowns, faking takedowns is key for closing your distance. When someone's changed their level to defend a double leg, you can come up side with a strike, which is key. So, double leg takedown, just set up a right hand, or single leg to throw a left hook. A great example of this is Michael Chandler. Fake exits, so also it can be great to fake an exit to create opportunities for strikes. Pretend to step off, someone follows you, and then you can strike or take them down. So moving on, timing and rhythm. So actual timing in effort works about anticipating your opponent's reactions and actions, studying their patterns and tendencies, so you can anticipate their movement accordingly. So if someone has a 1-2-1-2 predictable movement, you can actually predict when they're going to come forward, backwards, left, or right. You want to exploit the gaps in the defense then. So good timing allows you to exploit when you should attack. This means when they're most vulnerable, when they're out of position, when they're moving. You want to maintain a steady rhythm. Rhythm in footwork refers to the flow and consistency of movements by maintaining steady rhythm. So you make it difficult for your opponent to predict your actions, but you should also be able to change that up. So, for example, when someone is more in danger, you should be upping your rhythm very quickly. Entering and exiting exchanges. So, entering and exchange requires precise timing, calculated movements, and you should be able to close distance quickly, strategically, and avoid your opponent's strikes while creating opportunities of your own. This involves a combination of 4 steps, pivots, head movement to get in striking range while minimizing your vulnerability. This is where your faking comes in, your faking your takedowns come in, your rapid movement, your head movement. Exiting is the same. So equally as crucial is allow fighters to escape danger and reset the position. It involves backpedaling, shuffling, pivoting while also moving your head and also looking for counter strikes like a right hand when you're backing off, which can be powerful, or shooting for the double when you're backpedaling. Now, exploiting opportunities, both entering and exiting an exchange provides opportunities for offense and defense. By timing your movements correctly, fighters can capitalize on their opponent's mistakes. You can create openings for strikes, takedowns. You just got to be aware of it and also conscious of it. The same applies for grappling. Okay, you've got to create angles. So even moving in for like double underhooks, got to be able to create them angles and close the distance is the same idea. You're never going to get a grab of your opponent and take them down if you're not able to get in range to actually clinch up. So putting it together, number 1, consistent practice. You want to practice consciously of your footwork. So you want to develop your muscle memory while improving your reaction time. So a good way of doing this is shadow boxing. You can do it anywhere. And practice your pivot step, your circular movement, your backpedaling, your shuffle steps. And you want to do that by being able to bob, weave, fake your strikes, fake your footwork, fake your takedowns. That's a lot to remember, so you might want to write it down. You will develop a strong foundation, so the fundamental footwork patterns and techniques before moving on to more advanced drills. To get this down first, because there's so many, even high-level fighters who don't have their footwork down yet. Now you want to integrate this in the sparring, so once you can do it in shadow boxing, pads, the bag, then you want to start doing it in sparring, and you want to dedicate rounds to just becoming technically proficient at it. And this is where you'll make these mistakes. You'll probably end up getting hit a lot more. You'll get frustrated, but you need to keep at it. And then obviously constant evolution. So you want to refine and adapt your footwork, and also to adapt to different fighting styles, because not everyone's the same, and not everyone will require the same footwork for each opponent. So make sure you constantly evolve, take feedback from your coach, and also video your footwork as well. If you got benefit from my video, give it a like, give it a comment, and give it a subscribe.